Good evening, crafty friends. I literally almost thought this live was not going to happen. We're all chatting with our special guest, and I'm like, okay, let's go live. I'm like, something always happens, and boy, did it. But anyway, we are here. I'm so glad that you are too. I see lots of you already over there chatting. Let's go ahead and welcome my co host, my partner in crime, my sister Lisa.
Partner in crime. I like that.
Oh, Lisa, that was a hot mess. I go to go live and I didn't do something. I'm like, ladies, come back. There's a technical issue. Come back, ladies. Come back on your cameras. Guess what? I was on mute. You didn't even hear me.
No, we didn't hear you at all. That's funny. Everything was going fine until we decided to go blank or whatever.
So. It was. So before I get to our extra special new guest for the evening, I do want to remind you, of course, to submit your sabotage. You can do that at the link in the pinned post, or you can do it from the description box. You'll have probably 5 or 10 minutes to get those in, and then we'll get started. If this is your first time, joining us, why don't you put a number 1 in the chat box? I also see somebody said an echo. Let me know if we're echoing.
Yeah, I just said, is there still an echo? Because it did kind of go blank or kind of went wonky there for a minute.
Okay. Let us know. And in about 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute, I'm going to give you some hints about our special guest. Let me go over and see. Ooh.
Here comes some ones up. Well, at least one.
Good. Okay.
Heart to Home Crafts.
Let me go over and.
But it says I was. Am I still echoing now?
Lisa was.
Oh, you want to explain the sabotage while we're kind of, because somebody asked what the sabotage was.
Yes. I do see when I give my special tips about our hints about our special guest. If you actually know, don't let the cat out of the bag. So a sabotage is just something that we have to follow as we craft tonight. What's going to happen is we're going to pick one inspiration piece, and then we're going to create something new while we're on camera live that is inspired by it. So a sabotage could be something that we have to do, something like a tool we can't use, or maybe a theme we have to follow. It's just a friendly little requirement.
Hey, I did one tonight,
friendly, right? Okay,
so
Danny.
Our special guest and I did one tonight. She told me what it was. I didn't even think of it, so I just put it in.
Yeah. So yes, there is one sabotage in there that came from Lisa and our guest. So we'll see. Crossing my fingers. But anyway, about our special guest. First of all, one hint is she lives in a southern state, or she lives south of Nebraska where I live. Another thing is I am on the Not Too Shabby design team with her. She has been on the Sheetload of Cards design team. And it's Bitty Pitty. Did anybody guess it?
Not yet.
All right. Welcome to Tobey. I had one other, and again, it's the same one I forgot. I had one other hint, and it's still the same one that I forgot. But anyway, welcome to Tobey, Bitty Penny. I'm sure that if you've been on my channel long, you've heard me talk about her. But instead of me doing that, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Well, thanks so much for having me on tonight. I absolutely adore being on your Sheetload team and hanging out with you. And now we're on Not Too Shabby together, which is wonderful too. And I love Lisa, so I'm so excited to be here. So I'm just a paper crafter with a big hoard and a messy craft room. And I like to share my journey. So that's really, I kind of keep it simple. I'm kind of all over the place. I like to make cards mostly, but I also make journals and just love playing with pretty paper and stamps. And I'm here because I love community. So collabs and doing things like this is my favorite thing about being a YouTuber.
Well, we are so happy to have you on. I have said it in videos, but like, I feel if Tobey and I lived any closer, like we'd be like this. Like, she is just a sweetheart. Now, a couple of years ago, you might have been watching one of my incoming mail or my show us your sheet load. She sent me a gift that literally I had tears in my eyes.
And I bet they can guess that.
I bet so. What do you think that gift had to do with? Write it over there in the chat. Speaking of chat, make sure that you are chatting along with us, and make sure at the top of your box it says live chat and not top chat, just so you see the newest messages. There is about a 10-second delay between what we say and when you hear it. So if we're kind of just staring here for a while.
They got it.
Oh, you did. Rachel got it. Yes. Danny got it. They were, you know that I love Hamilton. Look at this. Oh, it was amazing. Oh my goodness. They are a treasure.
I knew like you just had to have those. Like you were the rightful owner.
Well, I appreciate it and think about it with almost tears in my eyes to this day.
Oh.
Let's see, it's 6:40. Do you think we need to say anything? Oh, at the end of the night, make sure to stay with us because we will be giving away our cards and a little gift. And then Tobey, if they get yours, I will send that gift to them as well. Okay. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah. So let's see. We do have a few new people. So glad that you are here. And I say, should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. So
I'm going to write stuff down so I don't forget.
Okay, we are going to go now find out what our inspiration piece will be. And the way we do that is, oh goodness, ladies, nothing's working right tonight.
It's okay.
Right. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm going to try to share my screen so you can actually see what's going on. And there we are. All right. So channel members, and those are people who support me each month here on YouTube. They get to, if they're a die cut or paper trimmer, they can submit inspiration pieces up to 3 per episode. So that is what we will select our piece from, or what they have submitted. Right now, we are going to make sure refresh, make sure we're newest, and we have 125 possible inspiration pieces. So I'm going to use random.org. 1 through 125, and here we go. Number 106, a newer one. So all I do is type in 106. That was submitted by Noreen. So Noreen, I'm not sure if I see you here tonight, but I know it's super late where you are, so we're good with that. Let's see what we will be inspired by. Are you ladies ready?
Ready?
Yes and no.
Right.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
Is that
okay,
like a
then
special
Noreen?
fold? Yes.
I love it.
It is gorgeous. I'm trying to see if that's like a special fold or if it's just.
I think
it might be dies. It looks kind of like dies overlaid or something, you know, like triangles, like overlay. It almost to me, but
it's not going directly to the card. So
I think if we trimmed off the 2 sides and made like that triangle, and then took those pieces we trimmed off and laid them across like that, we could get a similar look.
Yeah. And while we're here, let me just tell you that when we're inspired, we can take anything we want from it. I do think Tobey has it figured out how it went together, but we might put a doily or flowers or use that color palette. So what we create tonight is inspired by it. All right. Keep that in mind, and let's go see what our sabotage is. We will come back and see that. All right. We have 10 sabotages. Oh, I hope this is friendly.
I'm not sure we can do upside down flowers, can we?
Hey, you just gave away your sabotage.
I gave away our sabotage.
Number 9. Are we ready? Oh, it's Poppy. Poppy, were you nice? Let's go. Oh, here we go. Tiny stamps only. Okay, guys. This could be fun tonight. All right. While we're kind of getting our minds on this, why don't you let us know over in the chat what you might do? Now, if you do want to play along, I have some hashtags in the description box you can use here on YouTube or over on Instagram. And I even think on our Facebook group, I do have a folder now for Oh So Inspired cards. But anyway, let me know over in the comments what you'd like to do. If you do happen to play along, you can, or you don't have to use the sabotage. So once again, here's our inspiration piece. And our sabotage is only using tiny stamps.
Only?
Hold on. I think that was it. Tiny stamps only.
This could be a rough one, but sometimes the rough ones we think are not as bad.
All right, so let us know what we have over there. I will see if I can stop sharing, get us back up here. So anyway, let's see now, like, what are you two thinking?
I have a new set of stamps I'm gonna use. Yeah. Can we cross that off?
All right.
It's a good one though.
Yeah, I do like that sabotage. I think I was just thrown off by what looks like the complexity of the card. And I think right now that's what I'm like, but I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, this is a challenge. I love a good challenge.
All right. Well, okay. I forgot to tell you. So you'll go ahead, take your camera down, take your mic down. Whenever you're ready, Tobey, to come back on, just come for it. I'll sit here and just chat until hopefully you two come back so we can
we could just leave her here.
Cutting out. No, I'm just teasing.
Please don't leave me here.
All right. I think I know what I'm doing, so I'm going to grab stuff.
All right. Yeah. We'll see in a little bit.
Okay.
Keep chatting. So yeah, I have seen a couple suggestions. Use tiny stamps to create your background. Probably right now that will be my plan. And maybe let's go ahead and take a look at that inspiration piece again. I might maybe just put some triangles on my card in some kind of way. Because I think that's what jumps out at me most about this card. So maybe I'll try that. We will see. This could be very, very interesting. You know what? I think I might have just came up with an idea. Maybe. I have to look around for tiny stamps in my stash. Oh, Rachel said she's made the card before. Rachel, is that what you do? Do you slice the sides off of the front and use those? I mean, it's gorgeous, but it threw me for a loop. So let me know if you will be crafting along with us tonight, or if you're just going to watch. I know that, oh, that reminds me. I was just going to talk about Danny being over in the chat. So if you have a question that you need our attention and you're like, it has to be one of us, if you could either at Crafty Days or at Bitty Penny, or put our first name in all capital letters and then ask your question, that's going to get our attention a little bit easier. Now, general questions, I know we have lots of people over in the chat who can help you. Danny's here. She's a moderator, so she can probably help if she can stay with us the whole time. But we will check over there every once in a while and answer your questions. If you want to ask any of us questions while we craft, that is awesome too. This usually takes about an hour and a half. We usually end about 8, no matter if the card is hard or easy. It just usually ends up going that long. And then don't forget, at the end, we will pick winners for our cards, and then that little gift in the mail. So, okay, Rachel said that it is just cutting shapes off. Yeah, that does make sense seeing it. I wasn't sure if there was like some special fold inside that made it stand up. So this could be very, very interesting. A couple things coming up on my channel. I have video tomorrow. It is the return of Sheetload Rewind. I know that some of you have missed that over the past couple months. So finally, things settled down. I'm trying to get back to normal. And so tomorrow morning, I will be sharing a new video here on my channel. If you are not a subscriber already, I hope that you will become one. And if you have not already given this video a thumbs up, I hope that you'll do that as well. All right, it looks like we have our first creator back. So make sure, Tobey, to turn back on your mic. There you are.
Hi.
All right. Are you okay if I leave and you can kind of talk about what you got out and
where you
might go?
Sure.
All right, then I will be back.
So I have this stamp set, which is full of tiny stamps. So, and I haven't used it yet, so I'm really excited. It's called Hope's Garden. It is from I believe it was the April card kit of the month from Not Too Shabby. And I just really I'm a gardener, so I love all these images. And so I'm going to make, like Alicia had said, kind of my own patterned paper with these. And then I do think I'm going to try and make the card. So that's what I've got. I'm guessing that I can't use patterned paper since it's tiny stamps only. What do y'all think about that? Is that right? I kind of wanted matted layers, which the other example had, and I really liked that about it, but I'm thinking that might not be possible. So I'm going to cut my card base down to, I'm going to try it as a 5x7. I can tell that the inspiration card is a square, or at least I think it was a square, but I'm going to try mine as a 5x7. So I'm going to cutting down my card base to 7x10. I'm going to score at 5. And then I will try cutting off the edges.
All right, I'll explain what I got out. I think this could be a hot mess. I got these stamps. They are cat cubbies set from Hobby Lobby the other day. So I think I'm just going to use little cats for the I hope you guys can see that for the background. So since I can't use this cute tree, what do they call that? Cat tree? Is that what that's called? So, and then I couldn't find my doily fast enough. So I think I'm going to use that shape for my sentiment. So, and I'm not sure if I'm going to color each one of those cats, but I am going to make a cat background. So hopefully that will work. If not, oh my goodness, Alicia's doing a whole rainbow. All right, I can be quiet now. Oh, maybe she's not back on yet.
Sorry. Now my mic is on. I was just kind of gathering. And as far as Bitty Penny, your question about pattern paper, I would think that's fine. In my head, I was just thinking, if you choose to use stamps, they can only be tiny.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, but then I started thinking, okay, my sentiment, well, I'm probably going to have to use a die because I don't have any tiny sentiment stamps. So I think it's just, that would be my interpretation of it. I think it's going to be
words
like
are tiny.
What?
Like the words on here are pretty tiny.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I say make it work.
Okay.
Oh, I'll kind of, so for my card, I'm going to be inspired by those triangles, and I'm going to do a technique I saw Yana do where she did like kind of color block ink blending, but it's at angles. So that's what I'm going to create my triangle at. We'll see how this works out. That was my thought, because you all know that I love a rainbow. So I'm just going to cut a couple pieces of masking tape here just so I can go just cover up across my page.
So I think I'm okay, right? I'm using small stamps, but I'm using off-white, like was in the card, and a doily for my die, or that die for my doily. Is that enough of inspiration?
Hey, remember, it's any way that you're inspired.
Okay, well,
Keep the sabotage in mind. Do you ladies want to see that one more time, the inspiration? Oh, yep, Danny just popped
Sure.
up. Somebody wants to see that. So up on screen now, this is the card that we're taking inspiration from tonight. Noreen submitted that.
thank you, Noreen. It's very cute.
It is. It's fresh. I've never seen one like it before.
I have
Yeah.
not either. So there is that. So at the end of we'll keep revisiting the inspiration as we go, both for ourselves and for anybody new that pops on. But hopefully that will help you see where we are going with our cards.
Maybe.
So I always like to
I have
cover
an
my
evil
work.
laugh, I think.
I like to cover my work surface with these cutting boards from the Dollar Tree so I don't get ink all over. Don't know if you've ever seen those. But... Oh, and my tiny stamp, what my plan is, I got to find my camera. I can never do this. So these are just, splatter dots. Thank you, Lisa, for giving me this stamp. And as I blend each section, I'm just going to stamp random dots in the same color on those sections.
That's one of my favorite stamps. It's stamped by Judith.
Yes.
It just breaks up all that plain. Breaks up the monotonous of just all white. Monotonous.
I gotcha.
See, I told you this is going to be a rough one tonight. We were talking about how I just have not had any mojo. I bet for about 3 weeks to like create. And so it's kind of, this is good for me.
Absolutely. I agree. For me too. And it's fun.
Well, and this is going to be different because this is not something I would normally do. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll go okay.
It's going to be great.
Oh, Danny's going to make some coffee and she'll be back.
Yes. Oh, I guess I could zoom in a little bit on what I'm doing.
Oh, I think I don't think I'm even in the. Now everything's going to fall on my desk.
Oh, Mary was dropping by. She'll check out our cuteness in a little bit.
Hi, Mary.
Now what I'm going to do is, you'll see here where my line was. I'm actually going to put this piece next to it, but I'm going to leave a little white space. And it'll be more obvious once I've done the next color. And then I'm going to bring in the second piece of masking paper and go to my orange. when I do the second color, I come kind of up from the bottom and down from the top so that those edges are a little bit darker.
I think I'm not real talkative tonight. I'm trying to really concentrate. Oh, Bitty Penny, I love that paper.
Oh, thanks. It's from Not Too Shabby as well. From the same kit. I like that. Trying to figure out how to make it work with this design. So something I thought of today, when I was getting so excited about hanging out with you ladies, was I was curious if y'all would share one, if you have kind of like a bucket list, like of things you want to do or see, and if you would like want to share one bucket list thing with all of us, but one thing that might be on your bucket list for life.
Okay, let me think for a little bit. I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too, because it's my 30th anniversary and we're trying to figure out something to do. We wanted to go to Alaska, but that's not going to work now. So I got to think about that.
Yeah, like, wow. So, I mean, a bucket list is like anything goes, right? Whether you think it might happen or not.
Absolutely. Dream big, right?
I think like it would probably be going to like Australia. I think I would like to go down under.
Oh, yeah. I've always wanted to go to Australia and Japan. Those are two places I have not traveled to that I would love to travel to.
You guys have come up with good stuff. I don't go anywhere, so.
But you can dream. I mean, like,
yeah,
have
I
fun
just
with
gotta
it.
think of.
One of my bucket list things is I grew up watching Saturday Night Live. Like my parents loved Saturday Night Live, and I, grew up watching it, and then I've always kept with it. I've watched it, I guess, just most of my life through good cast and maybe subpar cast. And so I would really like to go and see a live taping of SNL. That's one of my bucket list things.
Would be fun. I think a crafty bucket list thing, I would like to go to what it used to be called Creativation, whatever it is called now. I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah. I could see you being there. I think that's one I could see happening for sure.
I'll keep
sending. I'm still trying to think of something.
Well, if I were to guess, so then where the other place I went with this is if I were to guess what you guys might have on your bucket list, I was thinking Lisa might just want to be on a tropical island somewhere. I mean, who wouldn't, right? But
exactly.
You just strike me as the type who would want to go and chill and relax and just have someone bring you drinks. And
yes, I was thinking Hawaii.
I could see that. And then I was thinking, Alicia, that you might think like Broadway. I don't know if you've been to a show on Broadway.
You know what? You are absolutely correct. Seeing an actual show on Broadway is definitely a bucket list item I have spoken about many times in my house. Yes.
I could totally see that. Totally.
Yes. I would just like to go for a week and just see, of course, I'd probably want to get a couple big shows, but then just see whatever I could get tickets to while I was there,
Yeah, be spontaneous.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I can't believe I didn't even say that. That is, of course. Of course.
I could see it. Well, I've have y'all ever had like bucket list things that you've done? So mine was, I always wanted to go to the running of the bulls. And in 2006, my hubby and we spent like 3 months in Europe. And that's one of the things we did. We went to the running of the bulls in Spain and Pamplona.
Uh-huh.
And so like, I feel like I've checked one of my things off at least.
Yeah, when I was young, I definitely wanted to go to Europe. So my husband, I don't know if, I know some of you know this, but he's from the Netherlands. So I did get to go there and spend some time traveling.
Oh, I love the Netherlands.
Yes, it was very fun. We went to like Germany and England, France. We went Belgium for a little bit. So definitely fun times.
Oh, where? Yes. We're kind of just, I'm kind of just like, I like to go camping and just relax, and I don't know. I don't have a whole lot. Maybe I need to make a bucket list now.
You do.
Yes.
Now I feel bad I don't have a bucket list.
You don't have to feel bad about not having a bucket list. I just realized, Lisa, a couple of years ago that I had stopped dreaming about my life. Like I'd really just kind of stopped dreaming about.
I kind of get into a rut, I think. And
yeah. And I was like, I'm not going to let that happen again. I'm going to keep dreaming big and wild and see what happens.
I love that.
I get outlandish with my dreams sometimes, and it's allowed. There's no, who's going to come in and stop us from dreaming big? Only ourselves.
Exactly. Very true. Some people are sharing their bucket list items too over in chat. That was an excellent question.
Yeah. Yes, Donna Jo, I've lived a very interesting life. That's for sure. Been blessed.
I was telling Lisa, Tobey, that you and your husband were on Craft Roulette. What was the occasion for that again?
Well, really, it was just Mary reached out and she's like, I kind of want to do something fun for April Fools.
Oh.
And I was wondering if Dr. Shrub would come on and do a show with us. Cause I heard his voiceover and I think it would just be fun and different. And I was like, I'm 100% on board. And the day she asked me happened to be our 15th wedding anniversary. And I was like, let me ask him today because it's our anniversary. He can't really tell me no. So of course he said yes. And we had the best time together. Bless his heart. He had never made a card before. Like, he doesn't watch my videos. Totally fine. And, so it was, he was like, wait, do they know I never made a card? Like, I am not a card maker. I don't know any terminology. I don't watch the videos. I was like, yeah, I think that to me is the coolest part about it is that anybody can make a card. You can start anywhere. If you watch a lot of YouTube videos, you may feel intimidated, or even I feel it when I go through Pinterest. Sometimes I'll come away from that feeling like an imposter, like I couldn't be as good as these other people. And I think that would be easy for people to feel that way. I even feel that way sometimes. I felt it today because I'd been taking a break and I sat down at my desk and I felt like an imposter, like you're not a card maker, and so, I told him, look, I think it's really good because we all come in at different skill sets and levels. And I think it would be great for someone to see a true beginner.
Yes.
Has he made another one since?
So no.
So you did not get him on like hooked on it or anything?
No, that did not. No, he doesn't like little fiddly things is what he always says. Like he doesn't have the patience. He doesn't get excited about the little fiddly things.
Yeah. Well, he did a great job. It was so entertaining and fun.
Yeah, he was such a good sport. And honestly, we had the best time with Mary and Steven and all the people in the chat.
it was an awesome experience for us.
That's good.
So if you're watching and you have not yet seen that episode,
I'm going to have to go watch it, I think.
make
it
sure to
was
get
fun.
over there. Once the live is done, like tomorrow, I will add that link to the description box too. So if you haven't already checked it out, you can find it. All right.
I know
Oh,
Paul
yeah, I
makes
would love
Paul
to
and
come to
Presley.
Australia. What?
Paul and Presley make you cards for your birthday and stuff.
Yeah, the year that, COVID had us all shut down was probably one of my favorite birthdays. They spent the day doing, they came up with things they thought I would like to do. And, so we got to craft together and they made me cards and it was just tons of fun.
I love that. Yeah, there's some things I miss about quarantine. Our life has definitely picked back up, even just in the last couple of weeks, significantly. And it's so funny because, before the pandemic, we just weren't even aware of how busy our lives were until we got the opportunity to slow down a little bit. And now I find myself being selective about what I add back in.
I think we're all like that because I'm that same way.
Yeah.
Like, who do I call or where do I go or, who should I get together with? Not that I don't want to get together with everybody, but
you found that, making that time for yourself, for your family, for quiet is also something you don't want to sacrifice, right? Like going forward.
Exactly.
Yes. It definitely wasn't I didn't hate it. Now it got old after a while, but I'm kind of fine being at home with my family.
I know, me too.
I got to stop here in a second, kind of look at what you ladies are creating, because once I find my sentiment, I'm kind of getting there.
I'm going to have to rewatch it. I think I got to make sure this is going to stamp good. You know me, I always go back and rewatch it and laugh at us. So
yeah, I like to go back too to see what we're doing. All right. Okay. So Tobey is going for it. Way to go. Way to go. Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Yeah. It's interesting. I can tell it's going to take a little practice to get it just right, but it's working.
It's looking good.
Thank you.
I'm not even looking at chat. I'm chatting with you guys.
Yeah, let us know in chat if you have any questions for us, or I love that you're over there talking about your bucket list and chiming in when we talk. I will go back, like Lisa said, after and rewatch and check out your comments when they're live.
I just dropped my glue gun.
Uh-oh.
Now I got to try to get, I have made a mess in here already. It was not as bad until I started crafting, and now my whole area is just full because I was looking for something specific and couldn't find it. So
I lost a stamp the other day and I found it today. It had stuck to the bottom of my paper trimmer. Y'all ever had that happen? You'll pull off a photopolymer stamp and then it'll get stuck to something in the middle of your crafting. It's like, oh my goodness.
Or I lose my magnets and can't find them.
Yeah. So do y'all have big summer plans? Any vacations planned or anything this summer?
I don't. I just started a new job, so I don't think I'll have vacation for a while.
Aw.
Yeah. We might get away for a few days, but what's that?
that kind of, I guess, just goes, that's what happens.
Yeah.
We're not really doing anything. Presley leaves for Spain. She's going with her school in just a couple weeks now. So, but we're just
wonderful.
Yeah.
Spain we visited, I think, 13 countries when we were in Europe, and Spain was definitely one of my favorites. And Holland, we just kept going back to Holland.
Yeah.
We loved it so much. We go somewhere and maybe it just wasn't for us, or, we had different experiences in different places, and we were like, okay, let's just go. We'll just book a ticket. Let's just go back to Holland. So we just kept going back there.
That would be on my bucket list. I think I'd like to go to Holland with Alicia and Paul, because Paul's from there.
Oh yes,
So,
with a local for sure.
Yes. So I think that would be a bucket list.
It's just so wonderful.
All right. Now I got to think what I'm going to do with my triangle rainbow here. All right.
I'm kind of a person too. I just want to see family. Like, so to me, just going to visit somebody is like just as important as going somewhere, I guess. Maybe that's kind of a weird thing, but.
Yeah, for us this summer, we don't have any vacations planned, but we have a family reunion that we're hosting here at our house for a week. So that's kind of what we're taking our time off work for. That's what we're focusing on. And it's going to be fun because we're getting to host and show people around San Antonio, Austin. We'll be going to a local winery and the Riverwalk and the Alamo, and just all kinds of fun things in our own neighborhood, which is kind of fun because we haven't been to any of these places in 2 years. So even though we've been to them before, it's been a while. So that's something we're looking forward to. And like you said, I just love making memories, and so it's great, especially with children. Now my children get to make memories with, great uncles and family. So that's really important.
There is a bike ride actually in Nebraska that I'd like to do. It's like I don't know. It's kind of not on the beaten track, on the beaten path, but it is a cement path that you go on, but it's really long. I'd like to do that too.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I'm not sure I'd make it, but I guess you kind of camp wherever you want to stop, I think. And so.
Oh, Danny did just remind me. I guess I didn't think of this as a vacation, but on the 7th of June, I think it is, she and I are taking a little road trip from here in Omaha over to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, to go to a big scrapbook store. And on the way, we're going to stop at Tailored Expressions. So I do get to get away. I had forgotten. Thank you, Danny.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a blast. Just got us our hotel. Hopefully it's not like, it got good reviews, so I think we'll be fine. But that's always my worry when I get a hotel is, is it going to be any good?
I have to travel for work for the first time in a couple of years. And I just really love being with my family. So it's so funny because they extended my stay by an extra day, and some of my coworkers are like, yes, awesome, I'll stay as long as you want. And me, I'm like, no, I want to get back home and be with my kids and my hubby.
Where are you going?
I just have to go up to Dallas. It's not far. But I put on a training conference for my team every year, and we weren't able to do it this whole time. And now we get back in the swing of it. I am excited about it because my whole team and I work remotely. None of us work in an office together. And so once a year, I put on these events and we get to see each other, and that's always nice.
Fun. Now, has that always been that you worked remote, or just since all this happened?
No, I've been remote since my first child. I was 2 weeks away from my maternity leave with my first child, and I got this job that was fully remote.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I really do. I just knew I wanted to be, with my baby, and it has worked out.
Yeah, that was perfect. All right, I decided I'm going to make a clear card.
Oh, no,
Oh,
Danny, it's
cool.
not ragbri. It's something else.
I think I've seen like one of those Instagram or Facebook ads about it. Is it just like a trail? Like,
Yeah,
not
it's like,
a race
yeah.
or yeah, like a bike race or anything.
Yeah, not a bike race. It's just, it looks beautiful from what I've seen, but who knows if I'll do, if I'll do that. But
Oh, I would like to go back to Mackinac Island with like Paul and Presley, because that was a great time.
it was nice once. I'm not like, we had a great time. I would like to do that bicycle ride again. That was
Yeah,
probably my favorite part right there. I mean, like that, I like that trail, and so it wasn't my favorite part. Like, I liked seeing that hotel, and
yeah. Okay, I totally cut that crooked. I'm gonna have to try again.
and ragbri's in Iowa, so I think that's just an Iowa thing. So, right? Pretty sure. Unless they have it in the same thing. I don't know.
They might have something similar, but rag
Yeah.
just through what was it? The Register's annual Great Bike Ride Across Iowa or something.
Yeah.
What kind of bike do you ride, Lisa? Like a mountain bike or?
Oh, I'd have to get one.
Hey, that makes a bucket list thing even more fun.
That's right. You know what I really want is one of those treadmill bikes that you can walk on the treadmill part of it, and it's like riding a bike, but you're on a treadmill instead. So I do like that, but
I've always had mountain bikes, and then 2 years ago I got a cruiser, and I really like a cruiser, I've discovered.
yeah, I'm not. Is that one? That's not one you sit in, is it?
No, it just is it's one that doesn't have all the gears that, you have to change the gears and do all of that.
Okay.
There's no gear changes. This did not go. I almost got it. Punch gave out on me right at the end.
Donna Joe, the night before we went to Mackinac Island, we all watched Somewhere in Time. So that was kind of fun to see where the movie had been shot at.
It was kind of neat to have no vehicles, except for like emergency vehicles. It was just kind of nice to be away from everybody, like the phones and all the electronics and all that. That was very nice.
Kind of a slower pace for a little bit.
Yep.
Like my favorite types of vacations are like cruises where you can just sit there and be taken to your destination. I don't want to be, running around all the time I like to relax.
Yeah.
Get in the pool, go to the spa.
Wake up in the morning and you're in a different country. So.
Okay, I think I am done with mine. You're not going to believe it. It's nothing spectacular.
I thought that I was going to be done first, but heck, I kind of feel behind now. All right, it's okay. We got Lisa can chitty chat with
I'll get on, and I just feel like this is kind of duddy because I didn't really do a whole lot, but it's fun.
You want to add some ribbon to it or some gems?
I already did. Okay, so the gem thing, you guys, is like a joke between our mom and us and me, because I put those diamond dots on everything. And I always ask them on Sundays, is that enough gems?
She loves diamond dots.
Yes. Well, they're inexpensive and I can put on as many as I want.
My sister-in-law just started card making not quite a year ago. And yeah, she was the one that was like, hey, have you ever tried to use those diamond dots on your cards? It's like, I haven't.
Yeah.
Well,
And
you
she
just
puts
get
them on
so
everything
many.
and I love it.
Well, they are super affordable, you know, for it.
Yeah. I was actually
like 'em.
recommending to people to get a diamond dot kit if they hadn't, because one, they can use the diamond dots as the embellishment. But then if you don't have like, you know, a pickup tool for your sequins and stuff, you typically always get one in a diamond dot kit, and they work perfect with those little wax things that you put here. I have one right here. But you usually get like a pan.
Gummy stuff, isn't it? Gummy, waxy something.
It's like a wax. Yeah. So typically, you know, you get like the wax and you get this pen and you just stick your pen in the wax and then it picks up sequins perfectly. And then you typically always get a little thing for your sequins. So I think they're a good investment, especially if you don't already have a wax tool or a sequin pan, and you get the diamond dots. That's a win for card makers.
Exactly.
For sure.
Okay. I better start looking at these.
Feel like I need to wrap this up.
I'm still
Donna-
working too.
Donna said something that she has the book and all that. I had a friend here in town that was getting rid of a bunch of lighthouse stamps, and one of them was Mackinac Island. She's like, do you want this? I'm like, yes. Of one of the lighthouses. I don't, you know, that one, is it red and white that right across from one of the edges of the island? I don't think it's connected to that island.
I don't remember specific colors, but the library there is beautiful. It's like this, my favorite color, aqua on the outside, and then it's so just like warm and cozy on the inside.
And thank you, Donna. Mine is very clean and simple. Simple being the big word there.
Yeah, is it Regan or Reagan? Yes, I am all about rainbows tonight. When we go back to the face cam, I have on my rainbow tie-dye t-shirt and my new rainbow earrings. So you'll have to check those out.
I'm kind of looking at what you guys are doing. Alicia, I like your little dot you did on there.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm kind of off screen a lot right now.
Yeah, but I can see stuff this way.
So if you weren't here,
It's like her name is Reagan.
Reagan, okay.
Yeah.
If you weren't here at the beginning, we will be giving our cards away that we're making tonight. So make sure to stick around.
And this is my favorite pickup tool. Alicia, is that a Marvy? Is that what that was?
Yes.
Yeah. Just so you guys kind of know what.
I think my circle looks too big, so I'm going to just cut a smaller one and have my word hang off the edge a little bit.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and I thought I lost my die cut, but it was just so dark against my wood grain. Oh no, that's cute. Let us know.
Hello, Crystal. Sorry, I was reading the. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, sorry. I was just thinking about Danny and I's trip. Let me know. We're going to Scrap Mania in Cedar Rapids. It's a pretty popular one. Let us know if you've been there. when Lisa and I went to Stamp Joy in the fall, a lot of people talked about it, that they had came on the way. Ugh, my glue does not want to work. Oh, there we got it.
I know mine. I had trouble with mine too. I'm gonna have to get that needle out that Mom sent.
I love it that y'all have always done. So y'all have always crafted on Zoom together as a family, the three of y'all, haven't you?
Since
We have
the quarantine.
I just think that is so cool. I love that.
Well, it's kind of nice because we don't get to see each other. And actually, my mom or our mom is sick today, so I don't think she's even on.
If you could send out some positive vibes, she got the vid and it is kind of kicking her butt. So
The vid.
Yeah.
We can't say, or like, you know,
Oh, that's right.
Probably put the disclaimer underneath my video for giving out information.
I like that lace. Is that a die? Did you cut that?
No, this is just some lace that was on my desk from the last time I
Oh.
made a journal.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
And I like how it was kind of like inverted triangles a little bit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
It almost
I
looks
don't
like
know.
it could be a crown.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm
I've
looking
been
at
kind of wanting
all your stuff.
been kind of wanting to make paper dolls. I still haven't done it, but I've been thinking, I don't know, like just funky art dolls. And it's so funny because for so long I really didn't like them, and now all of a sudden I want to make them. It's funny how interests change, you know. Just I've learned to just not rule anything out because I never know when I might pick it up and decide it's for me.
Our mom said, well, I'm thinking about purging. I said, oh, please don't purge anything. As soon as you purge, because I've done that before. And as soon as I purged, then they came out with like the wreath builder, and I needed small stamps. Well, I'd gotten rid of all my smaller stamp sets. I'm like, no, don't purge. Just put it away. It'll be all right.
Just put it to the side.
Yeah, we'll look through it when we see you next to see if we want to.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna bring
That's why I'm such a hoarder with crafts. I can't get rid of anything.
Well, I have. So I used to be I used to love making jewelry. I used to make a lot of jewelry, and I still have all my beads and stuff. And so now it's just in a box in the attic because it's like, well, I'm not going to get rid of it because I never know when I'm going to pick it back up again. And my daughter likes to make jewelry, and so she's also always welcome to use my stuff. So it's like, just put it in the attic. I'll find my way back to it eventually.
I did too when it was real popular. All the silver, the name bracelets and stuff. I did that out of like sterling silver, square beads, and so I have a toolbox full of stuff. So.
Yep. I used to make a lot of beaded jewelry. And then when I traveled, I managed a reggae band, and we would travel all over the United States. I would make the jewelry in the tour bus as we drove to the next place. And then that night at the show, I would sell it, and I'd sell just about as much as I made in the day. And so I used to love doing that. It was just fun. And I used to make it for gifts and all the things. Oh, she's cute. Maybe it's.
Oh, Donna Joe, that sounds awful. I am sorry.
Yeah, I asked her what happened. She said she has no crafty friends. I thought I had found one, but it ended up stealing $1,000 from me. That stinks.
Oh no, that's horrible,
Yeah.
Donna. I can't imagine. Oh.
All right, I think
I think I'm about done.
Oh, Noreen's here. Noreen,
Hey,
your
Noreen.
inspiration piece got chosen, and we about, I don't know.
Kind of
Butchered
flipped our
it.
lid.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It made us pause. Let's go ahead and we'll look at that now. You can see which one it was. So this is the card if you are just joining us or if you've joined us since we shared the inspiration. But this was submitted by Noreen and it's what we use tonight. Now, when we show our close-up cards here in a minute, you'll see that some of us, try to follow that. And then I had to go a little rogue because it scared me. It scared me. But I think it ended up being a good inspiration piece. Our sabotage tonight was submitted by Heidi or Poppy V. And if we use stamps, they could only be tiny stamps. All right.
I took that too literally. I thought we could only we could only use small stamps. So
I think it's up to your interpretation, but I didn't want Tobey to think she could use pattern paper because of it. So
yeah, I was with you, Lisa. I was like, oh my gosh, you mean the only thing I can use is paper and tiny stamps? I mean, we could do it, but I have all this pretty paper.
yes.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Yay. All right. What I'll do now is I will turn it to speaker view and each of us can show our cards up close. So as soon as you start talking, it'll be your time and then you can pass it on to the next person. So Tobey, if you want to go first and share a close-up look at your card.
Okay. So here it is. I do feel like I want to do the inside, which I think what I'll do is probably add this banner because I think it'll fit nicely and be hidden inside the card. So I'm going to do that later. But I followed the inspiration from Noreen's inspo card, and this was just too cool. I just had to try it because I've never seen a card like this before. And then I used some fun, not too shabby products that I hadn't had a chance to use, some random lace. And I did use tiny stamps. The only stamps are these tiny little ones I stamped up here. But there it is.
I love it. It looks awesome. Lisa,
Thank you.
Go?
Yeah, well, you can see my very clean and very simple card here with my cats. I tried to make them look kind of calico, but I used this Art Impressions cat cubby set to color, and then I used Copics just randomly on those to kind of make them look calico or something. So, and then I used a small sentiment stamp also. My inspiration was like the off-white, and then I did have a triangle on here, so that was that. And then for the sabotage, of course, my small stamps only. So
love it. Love it. I can see where both of you took your inspiration. So I was not as brave and I stepped kind of outside of what Tobey and Lisa did. I stuck mostly with the triangle shapes. And then for my tiny stamp, I used just a little splatter peg stamp that Lisa had gifted me. And my card is actually a clear card base. And you can see some of the inside from the front, but then your personal message is hidden there. And it might be hard to see, but I did add a little bling there on mine. All right. Ladies, if you want to change it back to your beautiful faces, I will see you in a second.
Sounds good.
Good evening, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Alicia, aka Crafty Owl. And I know that I had mentioned my earrings before because I'm wearing a lot of rainbow. So I'll give you a close-up look at those. I'm so glad that you're here. I have been paying a little close attention to chat, and I love seeing you over there talking to each other, sharing your stories, sharing answers to stuff we brought up. I do love Tobey's questions that she asked. That was great, Tobey. Thank you. I think that gave us something to get started talking with. I love that.
Absolutely.
So now, and I guess if you started halfway into, we have my sister Lisa, who is Crafty Days, who is always here co-hosting with me. And then our special new guest tonight, Tobey, aka Biddy Penny. Now, after the show, I will put her links in the description box. Up at the very top, I did put her channel link, but actually I will, maybe if it's still there, make sure that if you're not already subscribed to Tobey, that you go do that when you're done here. And if you could give this, if you enjoyed your time with us tonight, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. We would appreciate it. Now, I should take a breath. This is the time of the night where we're going to give you our cards. So here in just a minute, what I need you to do is to stop chatting. And then Lisa here, like I said, that should have been the here in a minute part. Lisa will type go into the chat box. After she types go, if you would like to be entered to win our cards and a little bitty gift, I want you to type yes one time. All right. So stop chatting for now. We will resume that in a little bit. But once I see that slow down, then I'll have Lisa type that. And then when I go to select the winners, I'm going to go off screen because it's not the coolest way to select a winner. I have to go, count things and do that. So we're
old school, we said.
Yes.
Before we started, we're very old school.
It is definitely not tech savvy how I choose the winner. So Lisa, I think go ahead and type go.
Done.
All right.
Done and done, like Dawn said. I typed go.
So we'll give you a couple minutes to get your yes one time in there, and then I will go pick some winners. What will happen is I will go pick 3 winners. The first person gets to choose from all 3 of our cards. The next person gets to choose from the 2 that are left over. And then the third person is gifted with that final card. And
with Lisa's.
Lisa.
If Lisa and I already have like the little gift that we send out. So if you get Tobey's card and you have not yet gotten that little gift, because you probably don't need more than one, but if you haven't gotten it, I will send it. So we will get that to you. Now, a lot of you, if you're channel members, I already have your addresses, but if you're not, I'll tell you later how to get your address to me so I can pass those on. All right, another minute or so. So what do you think, Tobey? Would you ever
had a blast?
Yes, it was a good
I had a wonderful time. Yes. And by the way, Lisa, I love your card. Those cats are so cute. And I like the way you colored them. And you stayed true to small stamps only. I love it.
I did love those little cats.
It's
adorable.
different. It's not something I would normally do either. So, I mean, that was kind of out of my comfort zone, but
that's what I like about these kinds of things. Like I've never even seen one of these cards before.
Well, now
and
I feel
I'm sitting here going,
try that.
I'm going to have to make one of these again.
Yeah.
You were very, very brave. Like I would not have attempted that. You did a great freaking job on that. Way to go.
Oh, thanks.
Speaking of brave, and like, if you don't already, again, subscribe to Tobey and watch her sheet load videos, I tell you, every month she is making it her own, and it's so fun. Like, you've got to make sure to check out her cards. All right, Lisa, I think those yeses have slowed down. So I say count to 10 and go ahead and put stop on there.
I already hit stop. We're good.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to go off camera now, and I'll let these ladies keep you company, and I'll come back with some winners.
All right. What are we going to talk about?
I get to do silly faces, right, Lisa?
You're going to have to do something. I'm not sure I'm great at silly faces. I think it's already there, but.
Right. It's permanent for me too.
Oh, goodness. I was just trying to think of something to even, usually I show stuff, but oh my gosh, my desk is now a mess. I make badge reels. Have you ever watched when I shown badge reels that I've made?
No.
Like,
oh,
like
yes. No, I have. Yeah. I love those. Yeah. Do you make this with the We Are Memory Keepers tool, or do you have a different one?
Oh, I didn't know they had a what is it, that tool?
For making like the buttons.
Oh, they're not quite buttons. These are acrylic blanks.
Oh.
But you put them on a badge reel that stretches out. Will you put your badge on that part so you can badge in? And it's a stretchy.
Oh, like this, the lanyard that has the extension.
Lanyard.
Yes.
Yeah. So I work at the hospital
cool.
here in town. So I make those and I sell them in the gift shop there. And so
fun. How do you attach them? Do you put like something on the back of them that clips on, or
the actual real thing? And it's got like a little pinchy clip thing that will just clip to your shirt.
Yeah.
I can't remember, an alligator clip, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, that sounds about,
So, yeah.
Oh,
and I have lanyards too, but yeah.
Do you make them with vinyl? The decorations
I cut all
on it?
Yeah, that's all vinyl.
Okay.
Kind of hard to see. Oh, wow, that's not any better. But yeah, if something has 4 or 5 different colors, it's all cut separate, so. But,
do you sell any cards through the gift shop? Do you make any cards?
I was going to ask them because they don't have any anymore. So I may ask them, but I don't want to push it, too much. So.
That seems like something though, like always a card is needed in a hospital gift shop, I would think. And handmade, you can't get better than that.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I probably could. I do have a huge big Band-Aid. Is it Slimline? What's the bigger Slimline? Is that called something different?
Slimline.
No, I think it's just a Slimline.
But the bigger one, if it would make a card like that size, it's huge. So
awesome. Well, I have some winners. So what I did, we ended up with 17 people on our list who said yes, they wanted to be entered. So I went back to random.org and I got 3 numbers and I wrote those down in order. And then I wrote the winners down in order. What I will do is announce the winners from number 1 to 3, and we'll let that first person choose theirs. So we might have to wait for 10 or 15 seconds and then we'll go down the list. So are we ready? Winner number 1. Rachel Fancy Schofield. Let us know, Rachel, if you want Tobey's, Lisa's, or mine, please.
She was saying how happy she was to be here tonight and she really needed this. So I'm glad she won.
So glad that you're here. I'm thankful for everyone who stops by. It is so great to know that you're willing to spend some time with us out of your life, and love to be here so you can chat with us. All right, Rachel wants Lisa's.
Thank you, Rachel.
Lisa.
See, Rachel, I know that I have your mailing address. Drum roll. Winner number 2 is the person who submitted our sabotage tonight, Poppy V/Heidi. So Heidi, let me know if you would like Tobey's or mine.
That was a good sabotage, by the way.
That was. And maybe we should have taken it more literally, like we could only use cardstock and tiny stamps. But I think it was kind of like with craft roulette, like it's open to a little bit of interpretation.
Well, I think it has to be. Otherwise, you're supposed to be able to pick what you. So,
all right, Poppy chose mine. Poppy, I am pretty sure I have your address as well. Now, this next and third final winner is going to get our special guest card, and then I will send you your little gift. Are we ready? I think might be new tonight. Might be new. Sandy T. Sandy,
cool.
let me know over in the comment section if you are new with us tonight and if I need your address, because I think I will. So should we hear it, ladies? Do you want to put your card up on the screen?
Since we do that like every time.
I did finish the inside of mine.
If we ever want to take a screenshot, then yeah, we're good. Awesome. All right, Sandy T. I wish I could give you all a card. I love it.
Yeah.
Stopping by.
I know that feeling. But you give so much to the members, where it's so great, like the printables, I love being a member of your channel.
You.
But you're so generous in so many ways.
Of that, tomorrow with the rewind, I do have a printable freebie for channel members. So keep an eye out for that. Yay! So glad that you're new. Sandy, what I'll need you to do is my email address is at the very bottom of the description box. So when you're done here tonight, go ahead and send me an email with your mailing address. I will get that to Tobey, and then I will send you the little gift. I will send that to you as well. Now, just be warned, like I usually go on Fridays to the post office, so it might be a week before I get it out, but it will get out.
Alicia, Heather wants to know where she can, if they participated, where she can put her card.
We would love to see your card. If you're here on YouTube and want to make a video, or if you're over on Instagram, there are hashtags in the description box. I think it's like Oh So Inspired 17 and OSI 17. So you could tag those, and you could tag me or any of the other ladies over there. Now, if you are part of our Facebook group, I am pretty sure that the last time I did an Oh So Inspired, I added an album. So you could put it in that album as well. We would love to see it, see how you were inspired, right? Yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm Biddy Penny on Instagram and YouTube. So you can just hashtag me and I'll see it.
I think I'm on your YouTube channel.
Oh, I bet.
If not, I will be now. But I'm pretty sure I am, because I'm pretty sure it's up on my screen.
Okay, oh, thank you. Danny says I did add a folder over there. So you just drop it right in that album. Speaking of Tobey's links, I didn't want to ruin the surprise, but I will add all of her pertinent information in the description box tonight, because you're definitely going to want to go follow her. That made me think of something else. Oh, do you, Tobey, do like any affiliate links for products?
Only for right now, only for Not Too Shabby.
Okay. So
yeah.
What I usually like to do, like if you have products that are still available you used, you can send those to me and I will add them to the description box. That way, if any of our viewers would like to go check out those products, that's kind of just a way to say thank you. You know, like we might make a little bit off of that and it's no extra cost to you. So that would be appreciated. I will get those up tomorrow, maybe. I don't know, Tobey, whenever you have time to get them to me, I will add those.
Cool. Yeah, I'll send it.
Awesome. Well, I think, yes, Poppy, just share those cards. Exactly. Post those cards.
Because remember, everybody starts in a new spot too. So
that's right.
New people, there's.
And be, you know, the thing about sharing, no matter where you're at on your journey, is that this is the most loving community and supportive and encouraging community. And, you know, I have been so inspired by beginners over and over again, because they're not kind of stuck in a pattern of, you know, when you've been doing cards for a while, you kind of get into a pattern of techniques or supplies or this or that. But when you're just starting out, you might have more limited supplies. And I just find that creativity is more abounding in some ways. Like I find inspiration from all crafting levels. So I would say share.
And yeah, that's kind of what Oh So Inspired is about. I think we can be inspired by anything and be creative. Again, you know, when we're inspired by a beginner or somebody who's been doing this for, you know, decades. I just like to always find things to use because it is always inspiring in some way. So,
yep.
I think that might be it, ladies. Like, any final words? I mean, thank you so much, Tobey. Thank you, Lisa, for being here. Thank you to all of our viewers for joining us. Don't forget to check out my video in the morning. And I think we might say bye for the night. Or maybe I'm just going to say bye.
Bye, everyone. It was wonderful. Thank you. And thanks to everyone in the chat. I can't wait to go back and read all of the comments.
Definitely. Yeah, it's so hard to read everything and pay attention to everything too. So.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much and have a great evening, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right.